Rich in Pittsburgh writes, I would like to see Pennsylvania stop cutting the grasses and weeds along the highways. Areas like Routes 76, 80, and 79, just to name a few, require significant amounts of gas, diesel fuels, equipment, hours of labor, which could be reduced or eliminated if we just stopped cutting the weeds. I'm not against cutting or maintaining service station areas, but that's all. We would reduce pollution that all this equipment places in the atmosphere, the cost of maintaining the equipment, plus the grasses and weed convert CO2 to oxygen, which is a good thing. What do you think?
Well, Rich, I've been driving the roads of Pennsylvania for a very, very long time. I probably have 1 million miles behind me on Pennsylvania roads. And I was kind of with you until PennDOT says, well, maybe you need to think about this.
Is it a safety issue?
It's a safety issue.
Visibility, right?
It's a visibility issue. Especially the on and off ramps, it's for people to be able to see backwards. I mean, I questioned them the other day, about 6 weeks ago, when they were cutting down a tree. Why? Because I love trees. Why are you cutting down the tree? It was a safety issue. I don't necessarily agree with that one, but they consider it to be a safety issue. Think about the animals that are in the weeds. That raccoon that comes running out. Yeah. Or how many times you see, because the weeds are cut, you see that groundhog that's sitting in between the medial strips. So it really is, it's a visibility issue that PennDOT believes, and I think the Federal Department of Transportation believes you have to maintain that. Now, if we were in a position to, as some states have done, more so than we have, the medials. I mean, I would like to see, there's a road in North Carolina that I've driven on that is just absolutely beautiful, coming down out of the mountains with flowers in between. And if we could maybe get people to help go out there and, to contribute the wildflowers to put in there, because they're a certain height, and then you can cut them, and that would look prettier. But the weeds, even though it would save on gas and everything like that, it's a safety issue.
So we can go out and sprinkle some perennial seeds
Absolutely.
out there in the medians.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I didn't think about the animals. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. David in Malvern.
Yeah, how many deer do we see on the highway?
Exactly,
Right.
and just giving them high grass just gives them another place near the road.
Well, it's a reason for them to go over.
Absolutely. David in Malvern, Chester County, writes in, First, Governor, thank you for your support of both life and marriage issues in your campaign and work as governor. Following Governor Christie's courageous action, your initial budget draft eliminated funding for Planned Parenthood. However, the funding was later amended to not only re-include the funding, but it was increased by 300%. I'm going to ask you to fact-check all this before we get to the answer, too. Mandating the federal government to commit a match of 9 times the Pennsylvania amount for a grand total of more than $100 million. As Planned Parenthood commits the largest number of abortions.
$100 million?
That's what it says. That's why I'm asking for a fact check.
Well, we have to do a fact check because $100 million would jump out of the budget.
As Planned Parenthood commits the largest number of abortions at its over 22 clinics throughout the state, how do you reconcile this budget action with your campaign and work values?
Well, first off, my campaign was I'm a pro-life governor, and I am a pro-life governor. Everything that I've done so far has indicated that. I can tell you that no state tax dollars go to funding abortions by Planned Parenthood abortion facility or any facility that performs abortions in the state except under very limited circumstances, rape, incest, and to avert the death of the mother, as defined by the federal Medicaid program. I stand by the record that I set as a pro-life governor in leading the state to enact Act 122 of 2011, which finally provided that needed licensing and oversight of abortion facilities in the state occur. So never again should we face the kinds of issues that we did with Dr. Gosnell.
Right.
So we will. This $100 million. That's I don't
could be a typo
anywhere. Right.
Yeah.
What happens is the Department of Health receives money from the federal government to be used for family planning services, of which Planned Parenthood may receive funding. The entire Department of Health budget, the health budget, is approximately $2.3 million. So $100 million?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
not sure where he came up with $100 million.